What's up, everybody? It's good to see you again. My name is KyFy, aka the Sci-Fi Reader. I'm glad to be here. I've been gone for a while, but you learn something every day, and it seems like God put me in line with something I was supposed to learn in the first place, and I'm bringing it here to you today. You're probably gonna see the name of this reading is called Painted Black, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. What we're gonna talk about right now is Zin-Finity Board 2.0. So before we get there, I just want to talk a little bit about the journey. To the people who have seen it, I'm glad that you took part in my journey. So everything that I spoke about before is now in 2.0. And you're going to start seeing these lines, and it's going to go in your subconscious, and you're going to wonder, like, why does this look so correct? Because I put my soul and my heart into it. And it seems that when you do that, you get good results, because apparently it's some kind of co-creation. So I was in the dungeon, I was in the lab creating, and so basically what I would like to do is present to you the Zin-Finity Board version 2. So I'm hyped because it looks completely different from what you've seen. I'm sure I just showed you a picture of what it is, but now you see where it's evolved, and all the information I've been thinking about and talking about and wanting to show you is now here, and I can kind of just point to it. So the readers who are interested, email me. You're going to see the link, or not the link. You're going to see my email on the screen. It's going to be in the link below, or description below. Thank you. But we're going to get started. So I brought 2 new decks with me, and the first one is going to be the Y-Spell deck right here. I was called to buy this one for some reason, so I did. Let me just bring it a little bit closer so you know which one I'm using. Alright. And I have an Oracle deck finally, right? So I was guided to get this one. Let me just put it up for y'all so y'all can see it. Hopefully it's not reversed and y'all can see this clearly. It probably is reversed, but let me do this. Let me do it this way. Okay. Alright, I'll do it this way from now on. But yeah. So let me bring it back to this one. Okay, cool. Moving on from there, I have my pamphlet with me now, and it's gonna help me out during this whole next phase. When I set this up, I was confused because God had gave me yet another way to present this reading. So without further ado, it's 2.0. Let's get started. But just as before, the first part is going to be the Viscera Vitalis, right? I have to shuffle this deck. Now, I already prayed, so we're going to just go straight into it. This deck has its own explanations, and I also have messages. Very unique messages. Alright. Oh, it's reversed now. I know it is. But let's see how it goes. It says Magician on the bottom of the deck, so somebody's tricking you, or you have the ability to fool somebody. But it's in your own right because you earned what's coming towards you. So don't feel so bad about what you think about what you want to do. I hope that made sense, because some people need hard lessons. So moving on. First message. I wanted to bring up balance and love. So what I'm going to do while I'm talking about this is get some of these cards out so I can talk about it. But before that, let me get into a little bit of the explanation of what this is. The Zin-Finity Board is a combination of the Tree of Life and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, how the Philosopher's Stone? I realized in my research, according to my research, right, they go hand in hand, and when you put them together, it unlocks a new version of the whole tree itself. So my theory is it was never supposed to be a part in the first place, and this was the lost key. So here it is, this Zin-Finity Board version 2. So let's get it. I'm gonna call out some of these spaces while I put them face down, and basically we're gonna get on from there. So for the first card that I'm gonna draw right now, I'm gonna put down is for Ketha, or the crown, right? And I'm gonna place it right here. We're gonna get to the descriptions and everything after, but I just want you to show you how the Tree of Life and the Philosopher's Stone intertwine with each other to give you a different story. And it's all about the energies at play, the divine masculine and feminine unity, the transcendence, in a sense, like who you want to be, where you trying to go, how you're going to get there, and the reason why you even want to do this in the first place, the reason why you came down here to experience this. What did you want to learn? Everything is a learning experience. So let's continue with 2, which is Hokmah, which is the light, and 3, which is Bina, which is the dark. Now these are 3 energies. Everybody should know about these energies by now, but I'm just putting these cards face down to show you where the placement of it is, and also where it's equal with the Tree of Life. I forgot the word, but let's keep going. 4 is Chesed, which is for the will, right? 5 is Geburah, which is for desire. Don't worry, we're going to get to these explanations, but understand the direction that I'm putting these cards down, because that also holds a meaning too. Alright, so after after Geburah is Tiferet, right? You have the heart chakra right here. Then you have Hod and Netzach go with the solar plexus, right? Then there's Yesod at the sacral chakra, right? Then you have Malkut at the root. So, what are these places and what do they mean? So, you see these lines that go in between these cards. These lines are the major arcana on the Tree of Life. So I figured it out and where they should go, and it's, like I said before, it shows a different story. Alright, so I left 4 places out for a reason, and they talk about or basically represent the 4 worlds. So what I'm going to actually do right now is draw some oracle cards. Now, I was guided to pick these cards, and as soon as I bought them, I saw a reader who had them, and I was just like, okay, that was divine for me. So let's get with it. Somebody don't want me to speak, so whoever's stopping you from speaking your mind, you have a thought, and it should be expressed. That's just that. It's what you believe, so they should hear it. If they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear what you want to believe, which means they don't care enough. That's it. Moving on. Yeah, we got some spice in the relationship right now, but let's keep going. For the first, we have what's representing 0. Now, 0 has 4 parts. I'm going to say that again. 0 has 4 parts, and that holds the space of the world itself. So, going with the world of emanation, you have represented it. You have the card of the divine feminine. So, this is creation energy. And what does that mean in this space? As a reader, since I'm reading on this board, this is my anchor. This is what's around you currently, but also where you want to go. This is the place of your aspiration. So let me get it straight. You have your aspiration, right? And the next coming up is your need, which is a soulmate, right? Here we go. Now, this section right here, that was the world of creation, right? Bariya, right? And the first one was for, sorry, I have to explain this in a different way. So, in order for there to be the space, there had to be something. This is very hard to explain, so I had to do it a different way. You know, y'all all know the creation story. First there was the darkness, then the spirit moved upon the face of the waters, and yada 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 happened, and then there was light, and then there was all the elements, and now we have this setup is which I believe where it came to. So understand that it's all twisted up and jumbled up, but it shows a different story. And where the major arcana line up gives me a new perspective on what they actually do. So I'm gonna go down the line when the card comes to play. So I'm gonna get there. But there's so much to talk about. It's like I don't even want to do it. But your need, your divine need, is a soulmate. But this is soulmate energy. It could mean love. It could mean union with yourself on a project. You know, sometimes it requires you to put in work. It requires you to go away, like I had to. I had to go away for a while. I had to get a whole new setup. This is where I am now. So, you know, changes are everything. I wonder how I would change my speech. I wonder how I would change the way I read. So, this is the card that wants to come out. Truth. This is what you want. So, there's a difference between needing and wanting something. Wanting has to do with your ego. Needing has to do with your, call it your spirit, right? Needing has to do with your spirit. Wanting has to do with your ego. So, your spirit wants a soulmate, but your ego wants some truth. So, you see how this is going. There's some things that need to be spoken before you can actually get what you need. You see where this is going? But in the ether, which is the At in this place right here, you have the divine feminine, where you have creation energy, like I said. So that's what you're after. So whoever or whatever is in this place is gonna get a card for it, of course, but we're gonna get to that later. And we're just gonna see what the next card has to say. For truth is Yetzirah, and that's for the mind, the world of formation, right? Now going to the body, which is Asiya, which is the world of manifestation. We have, should have took that card. I wasn't looking. Maybe you thought you missed your opportunity, but trust me, you did not. Because you have a friend in God. You've done something in this world. You've done something for somebody that God really admired. So he has your back. So this space is for what you have acquired. Like I just said, you have a friendship with God now, and oh man, that deserves a round of applause in itself. So I'm gonna put those cards down and get on with what we're gonna do next. Now this was Visceral Vitalis to give me a sense of what's happening around you and the negative energy of the sense. So there's four types of energies. There's the dark energy, there's the light energy, there's the physical energy, and then there's the mental energy, right? So you have to understand those as four energies, right? So physical, mental, the dark, the light energies, right? I hope that makes sense. But we have to keep going. There's so much to do and so much to say, but I have to give this reading. I haven't been here for a while. So, now that we have the space field, it provides one. And what does that mean? Before there could be anything, there had to be something to be manifested. And those are the 4 things that are manifested. It's almost like intention. These are the things that you intend to come to this reading for. Your aspiration, your need, your want, and what you've acquired, right? What you have already in result of what you were looking for. Yeah, so somebody doesn't want me to speak. That's how I know this is real powerful. So that is the end of Viscera Vitalis. So now we're going to go into the next portion, which is the Pneuma effect. What does this mean? After we got the energies of what's around you, the gut feelings, what's happening, I can get a sense of what's happening as a reader right now. I know what you look for. I know what your aspiration is. I know what you need. I know what you actually want, right? What you're looking to get. This is what you need to get it, right? And I hope this is making sense. And what you've been doing already, whether it seems like it's negative or positive, has given you a sense of friendship with yourself or with God. Take it as a resonance. So, you have the God in you, the self in you. It's the same thing. So, with that out of the way, we have the Pneuma effect, like I was saying, which gives us the positive, physical, I should say. We just did the mental aspects of the thing. Basically, the divine feminine aspect of everything. The needing, what you're here for, the intentions, right? Now that it's manifested through friendship, what is it going to tell me from here? Because this is definitely co-creation for me. Who's around you that's looking toward, trying to cooperate with you? Who's around you that's just like, oh, if you told them about what your dream is, they'll just hop on it because they know who you are, and for some reason it might work. Right? So that friend that you would tell that would laugh and do it at the same time and be mad hyped for it is a friend you should talk about your dreams. Make sure it's somebody you can trust, though. So first in the lineup, this all represents 0, right? And now we have the first card that comes up, which represents 1, which is represented by the strength. The craziest thing, and they don't want me to talk about it, I have done 2 practice readings on this board before I was ready to go and do an actual recording. And this card came up 3 times in the same place. I'ma just say it. The High Priestess, which is this line right here, came up in this space. So if I get it again, God wants me to talk about everything I talked about already. So let me just go into some of the messages. Now, the first message was balance is love. We all know the love to be the heart chakra, right? But don't think of love as what it is. We got it messed up. Love is not that specific thing. Union is more love than what we know love is now. What we know love is now means movement, right? I had to make sure because it's here now. Love means movement. And what gives you movement in this economy? Money. You can do anything in this economy, in this world with money. With enough money, you can do anything. Will it fulfill you? Probably not, Whoever you are, whatever you're after, if you're in line with your goals and in your path and not squandering every opportunity because you're fearful of everything, then you're probably more in line and you'll keep your blessings. So have discernment in what you have already and be grateful. Be grateful every day. Wake up every day and say something you're grateful for. It tells the universe, oh, that's what you say first in the day, and plus you can speak to the universe with more accuracy, better, stronger, because you're not thinking of everything that's taunting you all day. You're not thinking of anything. You just woke up. It's like, okay, let me just talk to the universe. It's like a clear echo. It goes straight to the end and back. Hope you can understand that. There's nothing blocking the way in the morning, so that's the best time to do it. So, pride is useful in a form of white noise that blocks out the heavy thoughts. Now, shout outs to Jeremy Holloway. He reposted something that gave me this clue today. This guy said the divine masculine's battle is with the ego and the divine feminine's battle is with pride. And I said, oh my God, because I thought men had an issue with pride. But when he said that, I said, wait. It's like, somebody got some explaining to do. That's what I thought. But it's the divine feminine in all of us. So that's why I was like, okay, I gotta be humble and let's think this through before I start pointing my finger, right? Let's think this through. So, yeah. So, pride, which is the thing that either gets what you need or stops you from getting what you need. So, what you need is the soulmate. And pride is going to stop you from getting that because somebody who is prideful does not submit. And women, or you can say the divine feminine nature in this sense, is the one that submits, you would say, to a man. If you can understand it that way, this is why it makes sense. Pride stops you from getting what you want because you're too proud to do the thing that's going to get you what you want. You're too proud. Be humble, sit back, actually do it, and reap the benefits, even if it's scary. Another thing about this whole right side is, and this is why women are always right, because the divine feminine is on the right side. They're just right-minded, and that's fine. But, oh man, shout outs to the men. I got a lot to say. It's gonna help, and it's gonna clear up a lot. So this is what I'm here for. These are all the things. I can't even get past the strength card. I couldn't even talk about it. Let me talk about the strength card. The strength is a fire card, and the strength card is placed. Oh, let me find it. Give me 1 second. Oh, the strength card, right, is this right here. Think of it as your strength to hold your soul, to protect your soul. The strength that you have to protect your soul. So when you submit to who you are truly, without any pride in the way, you have to protect that. And it's painful because people come after your heart. You wear your heart on your sleeve because it's out here. This is what I believe, and you're telling people that. People are leaving you. People are coming towards you. And you might not necessarily like the people that come towards you, but they like you. Maybe that's a business for you. Right? Why do people keep coming up towards me? I'm tired. What can I do? Give me some money. Like, let me get some money off of this. Like, what is the deal? Like, what can you do? Your soul gives you strength to hold yourself up, and that's your essential nature. So, what is it about this place right here? We can't even, yeah, let me get to this right here. This is a place of mentalism, right? All is mind. And this is the universal identity. The planet represented here is Neptune. It's the sense of empathy and unity. The function of this place is awareness and understanding. And I learned today, well, not today, but it was drilled into me today in my mind. It's the third video I saw. Secrets is not actually secrets, it's secretion. Now, from the pineal gland, during the moon cycles, you secrete some kind of energy. It goes some kind of liquid. It goes down your spine, and then when it gets to the bottom, you have to basically nest it and treat it, like sit on it like it's an egg, nest it like you a dragon, or the dragon egg is about to hatch or something like that. I don't know why that's significant right now, but somebody really believes they're a dragon, and that's completely fine because that's the energy that's guiding you. Maybe that's your spirit animal, but let's get it. You have the strength to pet tigers. That's easy for you. Where's the dragon, right? Where's the one that's gonna actually test you? So if you have somebody next to you, or this is a fearless person. This is a person that is fearless in who they are. So this strength card is represented by Leo. So if you have a Leo around you, or you have Leo in your chart, I'm talking to you, or cross watcher, whoever. So Leo is about the serpent. The serpent is about the kundalini. The kundalini is about that prana that comes down to Malkut and it turns into quintessence and comes back up to the crown. Exactly what I was just talking about. That energy from the pineal gland down to the base of your spine and back up to, well, it nests in your solar plexus. That's what I heard. And then, I don't know, you draw it to your heart, or you attract it to your heart, and then it comes back up. I don't exactly know how it works, but if it helped you to understand what you are doing right now and what you're perfectly in line with, and the reason why you have friendship with God, and the reason why God is blessing you right now, is because you're in line with Him. You're doing the work. So congratulations. Yeah. Moving on from the strength card. Well, one, which is Ketha, right? The crown. You have 2 and 3. Whichever way you want to do this, because both of them happen at the same time. You have to understand it. This is duality, right? So you have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups might be like this innocent person that just found their gift and just using it everywhere, and actually hurting people, hurting the ones they love, and pushing the people that shouldn't be around them away. But learn yourself and learn how to use your gift. Learn what you learned about yourself just now, that epiphany that you had. Sit there and write down, what can I do with this? What is it doing for me? How can this help me? Writing is spellcraft. I'm going to say that again. Writing is spellcraft. So when you write, spell something. I am powerful. That's affirmations. That's spellcraft. And that's intentional. You believe that and you attract it towards you with the absence of pride. Right? I am powerful, but that's pride. Like come on. Like the negative of desire is deserve. Be humble. Try not to think you like when you get it, you know you deserve it. But don't think you deserve it before you get it. It's like that's a slippery slope. Be careful with that, because that feels nasty right now. That's all I'm gonna say. But the Page of Cups. Let me do the Knight of Cups. This represents the energy of. Okay, this represents the energy of Hokmah, which is the light, which is basically the guiding path. Think of it that way. How you get to what you looking for. So, in a sense, this is your energy that fuels this to your desire, right? And this is your energy that fuels your truth to your will. So you have to get past your mind or your ego to actually do the thing. Or you have to get past your spirit or your pride, right? To be humble enough to attract what you really need to do, like to attract what's for you. Hope that makes sense, because I chopped it up a little bit. But yeah. So the Knight of Cups. Let me get this book. I forgot that I had the book. So for the Strength card, is basically self mastery at work, bold career moves, taking big steps, and like I said, fearlessness. So I was on the line, and if anybody has any ideas about your essential nature with the love portion of it, it means confidence drawing lovers. So you are confident that you'll find a person for you. So that's why you're probably so picky, right? If you think that you're picky, you know that there's somebody coming towards you, and you're not gonna let anybody in because God is gonna bring that person towards you. What happens if you miss that opportunity because you're trying to be out here living? Let me put it that way, because you out here living. Okay. So, strong, caring relationships. Now, this does not necessarily only mean love. It could be a relationship with nurturing yourself. You love yourself, you know? Love. You move for yourself. Hey, I'm going to go do, and hey, I'm going to go to the gym for myself. Hey, I'm going to go eat that salad for myself instead of that burger for the 6th time this week for myself. You feel me? You'll move for yourself. You'll do things for yourself or for somebody else. Now, here's where the heart under control comes into play. We're going to get here later, but I had to explain this. So, I think another message is in line. So, if you're having problems with fear, one way you can kind of cheat is to fill that space of fear with pride, because pride comes from the divine too. They know who you are, and even though it sounds immature, it's still your blessing. It's gonna come out crazy. It's gonna come out sounding nuts, but it's what you believe. It's very immature at this point. Dig into what you actually talking about, what you actually defending yourself on, because like I said, even though it sounds crazy, you have something. You caught on to something because you said to yourself, I'm going to say anything that I love about myself right now because I have to hear this instead of the things that are constantly circulating in my mind. People are constantly telling me. I'm going to tell myself something else and move with my thoughts for myself. It works with your thoughts too, but the thoughts in them are more of the divine feminine. So this is Vesica Pisces energy for me. So Vesica is saying to you, hey, anything that you trying to think right now, I'll give you the best thoughts that'll help you towards it. Just ask for it. Hey, divine, what's good? What could I be thinking right now? They're gonna tell you immediately, and it's gonna sound like monotone. It's not gonna sound fancy. It's gonna sound monotone. Yep, that's it. And you're gonna hear it one time. You better believe it, because if you keep putting the ego on it, you're gonna you're gonna mess it up. All right, moving on from the Knight of Cups. Oh, hold on. Let me read for the 2 cups right now. So, so the energy that's coming towards you is the Page of Cups. Now, this means finding a creative outlet at work, daydreams about career paths. So, I am a daydreamer. I daydream all the time. You can catch me anywhere daydreaming. Anywhere, right? I would daydream anywhere, right? But it's all about that REM state. Is where you get those thoughts, those real good thoughts about daydreaming. Daydreaming is that state. You ever been in a daydream, but was also here at the same time, kind of like in between? And you're like, hey, let me just keep going on this thought. You have a high spiritual power to emanate, to imagine, work on that. Because that's giving you those good thoughts that got you to this friendship with God, like I was saying before. So, for the Knight of Cups, this is out of affinity. For the dark area right here, it's in affinity because this is water or air, right? This is water. We're good on this area, but with this area, it blocks your light because it puts out the fire. So let's see what it's night. It's more mature maybe it's more form because it's more your ego, something that you believe that's holding you back. That's literally what this is saying to me before I read it. So let's get to it. Diplomacy at work, tactfulness creates a better team, cohesion, creative solutions. So now, masters listen more than they speak. Now, if you're in the workplace trying to get the light, get the shine, be put on the pedestal, you using all your energy in the wrong area just to get a little shine, people looking at you, right? Maybe that's not for you. Sit back and wait for your turn. That's what it's telling me right now. Maybe the place that you're in is not where you're supposed to be, so you going hard in the wrong place. Yeah. Later on, we will fix this energy, but that comes with the next cards. So let me get to the after 3 and 4, or 2 and 3, we have 4 and 5, which is the will represented by the hangman and the desire represented by the 7 of swords. Now, going down the line, you have Chesed representing the will, which is for Jupiter. Now, I didn't even say this energy right here. This is the king, the Knight of Cups. For me, Knight represents the heart, and that brings me to the Leo energy again. So this is giving me high Leo energy. I'm a Leo cusp. I'm a Cancer Leo cusp, and this is 3 Kings Day. I didn't even know that this was the new moon in Cancer, so I just had to do this today. I was basically hesitating, and I everything lined up and said this is the Cancer moon, 3 Kings Day, and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm here. Let's do this. So that's what this is giving me right here. I'm here. Let's do this. It might not work because this hangman energy is supposed to be right here. This is the line of the hangman. The hangman goes from desire to your solar plexus, or desire to rhythm, desire to smell, desire for your ego. So here is the humbleness of it all. And it's a better way to explain this, but I have to move on. Maybe I'll get to it. This hangman represents your want. So you want to do things for yourself. You want to do it either alone or go to a whole new direction. You don't mind the spiritual connection to get there. That's what it's giving me. So this friendship led you, maybe, let's get the hangman real quick. Let me read for the love. Love can't be rushed. Right, there you go. Doing too much, what you think you know. Maybe, let's just say, if you know calculus, your gift is in basic math, but you thinking all the way in calculus. You feel me? It's something so basic in what your grand knowledge is, but you have to start there first in order to get used to what you have to do. It's something so light that you would never even see, but everybody around you can see it. So maybe you should ask one of the people you trust. Yeah. 7 of Swords energy is giving me, well, it's really 4 signs, but Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, and what's the last one? Libra. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the energy it's giving me right now. So maybe there's a Gemini, Libra, Taurus, or Virgo that's around you, or you could be those signs. Maybe it's something in you that you're like, I'm not going to give up my knowledge. It's something in what I know. I'm taking this with me. maybe these two over here I'm gonna leave because that led me astray. Like you're recognizing, that's what it is. You're recognizing your faults. You're recognizing what you're doing wrong and taking a step back. That's what that is. Yeah. So let me read what this says right here for the Seven of Swords. Okay. For gossip. Okay. Gossip, sabotage, jealousy at work, working strategically. So, if you have a vendetta, or if somebody has a vendetta on you, it is not gonna work. Even if you think you're owed it, it's not gonna work. Vengeance is God. Leave it up to karma. Why? Because it gives you a better benefit. And since God is your friend, He's not gonna let you do it in the first place. So, whatever you're thinking of doing that's that negative thing, stop. Because God is your friend. He's gonna be like, it's right when you're about to do it, something gonna happen. Just leave it alone. Or right when that person's about to do that negative thing, something's gonna happen. You're gonna see it. It's like somebody tripped before they stab you. That's what it's getting to me right now. Somebody gonna trip before they stab you and cut their arm. It's like you're gonna be sitting there with your camera and they're gonna be the next video. And it's gonna be a Karen. Like, you feel me? It's gonna be a completely obvious idiot. Like, idiot move. Don't do that idiot move. I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You desire it. But no, you don't desire it. You recognize it. But you're walking away from it. That's good. That's good. He's like, I'll put those two swords down. No, I'm not gonna do this. The Hangman. Yep. But it's gonna take some time to get over it. That's what it's telling me. Before you can move on the data. Now, let me do this. This side is black. This side is white. This video is called Painted Black for a reason. In my last video, I told you the blackness was information. Information is data. And data with energy is energy in motion, right? Energetic motion through information, informational channels. That's the best way I can describe it right now. So, using the information that you know, you formulate some BS to hurt yourself because you believe it, right? I know I took a twist there, but I was supposed to. You're using what you've been through as a crutch instead of data for the blessing. I don't think I need to say anything else about that. So, painting it black, when you paint it black, your chakras will still shine. So that'll be the only thing left. If you turn all of your pain, and this is about what this whole Zin-Finity Board is about. We're gonna have fun with the pain because these are all the perspectives of the mind, right? So anything that's off is gonna show me where the devil is like doing his magic, and I'm gonna point it out so you at least can see it and do things differently. Eat the tiniest thing, just do it consistently. It'll work. It'll work. Why? Because God is your friend, and He's seeing, or she's seeing it, whatever. God is seeing that you're doing the things, even though it's the tiniest little amount, and you're getting the biggest blessings. So you're like, if I do now, you're noticing the blessings. That's what it is. You're noticing the blessings. And you're thinking, you're saying, if I just, and that's the turning point. You do little things for bigger blessings. And we're going to go on with the next part, which, well, let me read for the Hangman real quick. Uncertainty about career, waiting, a forced break, thinking of your next steps. So maybe you are about to do that thing that was a negative thing, and it caused you, it gave like a chain effect in your work life, and moved you to a place that's actually meant for you, and all that power that you have, leave that situation and put it in this new place, and it'll give you better benefits because you're built for that place. Movement is love, and if God moves you to a different place, there's some way that God's trying to love you. God's trying to bless you in that new place. So here is the energy of that new place, represented by Tiferet, or the heart. This is where this is the field of polarity. So it's the sense for the taste, because it's almost like you can taste a blessing, right? You can taste. This is where you ingest, or this is when you ingest. Yep, I said it correctly. Yeah, your pleasure center, what you give light to, or what the light gives back to you. When you ingest the light, you sitting out and tanning and sunbathing. That's ingesting the light. That's one thing I can show you. But right now, it's the Knight of Swords, and it is in affinity. Now, the Hangman wasn't, and the Knight of Cups wasn't. So this is giving me ego problems. But you believe it though. But you're not wrong. That's the key part. You're not wrong. What you believe is true, but let it go. It is not in that area. Just let it go. Sometimes you get an answer when you're not interested no more. That's the truth. Yeah. So, Knight of Swords, let me get it. It's a Knight too. It's in affinities because this is the air location. So, getting things done. Focus on career, efficiency, making big moves. Focusing on financial goals, taking action. This is just like, you could taste it. So you're just like, okay, if I do this for these little blessings, now I get it. Now I get how I can get it. The little relationship with God. It's like, if I do good things for myself, I get that big of a blessing. Maybe it's not going to happen like that all the time, but God's trying to put you on. Nurture yourself and He's going to bless you. That's it. Now, this is fears about intimacy. Easily bored partner. Decisive action. All right. So, this is temperance right here. This line right here is for temperance. And it has to do with your emotions. We're not there yet. But this is how you handle things. Since what you see is out of whack, you have to look for so much just to get a little bit out of what you remember was your old life. If it's not for you anymore, sometimes you don't even like the same foods. I didn't like eggnog when I was younger, and now I be bodying. Right? That's how it is. Sometimes you just gotta wait. Be like, oh, that was nasty when I was younger. You have to look for those little things. Maybe you probably on social media looking for that one video that's gonna give you that emotion that you needed, that fix for the night so you can go to sleep. Just so you can get some rest. But what it's telling me is what you need to do. This is the house of all imagination, right? And this is the house of your desire. So what you need to do is go within, because this is an unlimited source of that energy. So it's already in you, not outside of you. That energy, that source you're looking for, that what you're looking for is inside of you. Already, you came down here with it, and it's still here for you. We're going to get to it though. So that's what that's giving me. And understand polarity is your ability to take the whole situation. Like, let's just say if the world was this big, right? And it's hard to see because I gotta walk all the way around the world. From a higher perspective, it brings the world down to something you can just see and turn around. You know what? The world is not so big. Something you can manage. That's what polarity is. And you got the Knight. So you're doing good, but you're not sitting in your power yet. That's what that's about. You're at the Knight level. So you're not immature in what you... You feel me? Like, you are learning yourself faster than you can do the thing. You're learning so much about what you can do, and it's intimidating to find out what you want to actually, or what you're capable of doing right now. Just the little things, the baby steps, the tiny baby steps. It don't even gotta be that much. And watch the blessing. Then you're gonna see God put you on, and then you're gonna do big things. Just scale up and watch the blessings come towards you. So this side is in line, this side is out of line. So that's the divine masculine energy, and that's your ability to take all the information, which is the data, paint it black. Understand that your chakras will show you the way. That's that hermit energy right here. The hermit is from the will to your heart, right? So that's what that means. When you paint it black, you can actually only see your light and what you're looking for in that dark place. The dark place, you make it. I don't know how to. I can keep going in circles and circles and circles and circles, but you just gotta understand it. You paint it black and it gets dark, and you only use your light to guide yourself. Everything is new from now on. It's like, imagine you playing a game, right? And you beat the whole map, and then you're bored of the map, or the map is not giving you what you need. You're bored of it. You're sitting there. Next thing you know, the whole map resets, and you get to explore it again. What are you gonna find this time? It's not gonna be in the same place. Things are gonna be moved around. So it's like getting over everything that you know and coming out the cave. Only with the things that you know about yourself. And it's almost like a rebirth moment. So that's what that's giving me right now. Let's move on to your solar plexus. Now, this justice right here is, what is that? Air, right? Justice is an air, and justice is in this area. So before, air and fire they support each other, right? But this is at the veil. This is, I hope you see this right here. I know it looked like evil, and it is, but that's only a shroud because it's the veil. You have to live. You understand? Veil, you have to live, not be afraid to live through the evil that you imagine, but it's only a shroud. Right? So this is telling me that the devil of the situation, what you must know, what you must see before you can actually act for yourself. That's stingy. That's selfish on your own blessings. You won't do something for yourself until you get an answer from God, or you won't do something for somebody until you get an answer from them. Well, depending on what happened, I understand where you're coming from. So let's move on. I get it. So there's something that if you got the truth on and you got justice for, that it would clear this blockage up, because it's not necessarily blocked, but it's not growing. You're not going to grow until you get this truth. And it's lined up for you because God is your friend and is coming towards you, right? But in this area of the justice, you have the solar plexus, which is the law of rhythm, the sense to smell. Like, you know, when you're looking, if you were, I don't know, some kind of animal in the cold, and you can smell that thing 6 miles away, that's where you get your blessing. That's where you get your glory. Trust you're going to go in that direction, right? So that's what the smell is. And when you get there, it's like, this is it. This is what I work on. This is what I'm going to eat. This. Okay, I hope you understand that. So the identity right here is the ego. The identity over here, where is the Knight of Swords, the heart, is the social identity. This is the planet of Mercury and Venus, the house of communication and health, or value in relationships. The function is your will. So until you get your justice, you won't be able to move freely. That's what it's telling me. Freely. You can do the thing, but it would help if you have a little bit of help. It's coming towards you in immature ways or incomplete ways, because if you did more things, you can line up more like chain effects, chain reactions towards yourself. Like maybe somebody would just be right there and just like offer you something that you needed for like 6 weeks. I don't know why 6 weeks came up. So maybe somebody's 6 weeks pregnant, but pregnancy in the mind is different. When you get that birth of an idea, you understand. So moving on from there, let me read what the Justice says. This is all major arcana, connections, so you understand what's blocking you from your desire, the justice of it all. She got the sword right here, and you leaving 2 right here. It's gonna go combine into 1 and waiting for that moment. Yeah, sitting in your power waiting for that moment. And then it's just gonna understand that air is formation, and all of these forms that you have, all of these things and ideas that you've been thinking of and putting to the side, once you clear that mental blockage, once you get at least a little bit of closure on something, closure is coming up right now. Think of it as RAM on your computer. If all the RAM is being taken, you can only operate slowly on that computer. Close the applications and you can run faster. So these applications are basically you remembering and thinking on things and not getting closure on it, and it's taking a hold of you over and over and over and over as an app on the screen. You know how you clear your phone? Clear your phone in your mind. Clear the apps. Clear the apps. Every morning, I'm not going to think about the same things every day. Clear the apps. Clear them out. Don't even leave nothing because you like that app. No. Clear it out. Start over. See what you come back to. Maybe you won't even open that app again. Right? Think of it that way. That's your mind, and you got all these apps open. Close them. You can't function. It's so much to concentrate on. Right? So, moving on from the justice, which is the 7 and the 8, you have the 9, which is this is the space that's gonna give me what I need. I'm a Cancer sign, so this is the sacral, and this is the way. I shuffled these cards, like I shuffled the cards. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is a fire card in my sacral area. In the sacred area. See, this is my space, right? So maybe something online is stopping me from going to my dreams. Something I'm watching, right? Something that you could be watching online that's constantly putting ideas in your head that's giving you the wrong reaction in your spirit, wrong spiritual reaction or something like that. So this is your side, which is the sacral chakra, the law of cause and effect. Understand what you do comes back towards you, and you're doing something over and over, and it's unlimited. But this is the power of your will. And like I said, once you get over it, once you get your justice, this right here is gonna go somewhere else and be right in line where it should be. But right now, it's in your emotions. It's blocking you, but it's there. So let's see what the Wheel of Fortune says in this area. This is the identity, the emotional identity. The planet is the moon, and the house is of the home. The function is movement and connection. So this, like I said, I gave love the tag of movement, but movement and your connection to love, your connection to yourself, the love of yourself. Put it that way. But like I said, love is balance. Maybe you have to balance some things in. Let me just read it, because I get it now. Luck and career, opportunities, present. It's like waiting for the opportunities, waiting for the justice. So it's not like you're all in your head. Is your really impatient now. You've been waiting with God, and you really asking God, God, was it really for me? Is it really gonna come to me? Yes. You got all this energy. You have all these ideas on how it could be. It's just the doing the little things is gonna open and pave the way for you. So you have to understand, God is everything and everywhere, and we use everything at our disposal to get to where we want to go. I hope that makes sense. So you got to use God. You got to use the things around you. You got to use your opportunities. You are the tool. You are the physical tool that God put here to do the things. Your home, your body is your temple. Clean your temple up. Fix your mind. You have something coming towards you. That's just simple as that. And if it's this is like seeing, imagine running a race and being at the finish line, and no matter how fast you run, you can't break the tape. No matter how fast you run, you can't break the tape. You right there, it's like you going like this, and you can't break the tape. You know how frustrating that is? Like, you can see it, and you got the person 6 miles behind you. You in first place. Nobody's thinking of this. And you trying to get past the finish line and can't do it. Why? Because the energy that you're putting towards, I wanted to say hurting yourself. I think it's mentally. Thinking down on yourself. The mental energy you have thinking down on yourself is dragging you from doing the things for yourself. A lack of love for self. This can run in relationships. This can run if you're single. It doesn't matter. The Wheel of Fortune. Relationship changes. Navigating change with partner. Making adjustments. So we see how this is going. Doing these little changes. These little baby steps. Like I was saying. Emotional baby steps. So next is the Page of Swords at the place of the root. So air and earth are opposites. So this is something mental that's blocking you from using something around you. Now, the things that are around you, God is your friend. God is everything and everywhere. Use everything around you and it'll just work. Why? Because God wants it to work for you too. Whatever you're trying to do right now, just the littlest thing. Plus it's a page. It's immature. But moving on from there, let's get to the page. Finding a creative outlet at work. I think this is the second time I said that. Daydreams about career paths is these probably are your dreams. Waking and sleeping dreams. That's frustrating you because it's like it's almost here. Fresh perspective on a relationship. Awe and wonder at love and romance. So we see where this is going right here. So moving on to the next part of the Numa effect is the part where we match affinity. So as I told you before, we have some work to do on this side, but this side got a lot handled. So besides with the absence of this one. Alright, so let's do this. I have my other deck, and we're going to do some clarifications on why these are off. I already gave my story, but what does the card say? Hopefully, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, I'd appreciate it. It'll help me get on the map. It's the easiest way to add to the channel. You know, I'm looking to get up there. I got something to show, and it's gonna be a good one. So let's continue. Let me shuffle this really one time. We got the five of cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is baggage for me, and the friendship just blew away just now. So what that told me was holding on to this is causing you to get out of touch with yourself. So ease up on the justice, and it'll be attracted towards you because you don't want it so much. That's how I should say it, because God works in the dark, like in the shadows, behind the scenes. God works behind the scenes. So if you have your eye on the thing that you want, is it gonna just magically appear? God don't have the chance to do anything. Is you trying to, you got an eye on everything, and you trying to, like, what's the word? Y'all know the word. You trying to take control of all of the things that are happening so it can go in your favor. That's what I'm getting right now. So if you relax on the control part of it, then maybe you'll flow into the place that you're supposed to, or you'll flow into more situations, better situations. So first one up, going down the tree of life. You know, we start at the crown, right? Strength is good, it's the fire, and it's a place, it's in the place of the world of emanation, right? Basically, next down from here is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is out of affinity. So we have to clarify for why. I gave you my reason before. You are emotionally adamant about the truth that you know. And yes, you are right, but you are right in a completely different place. You are right somewhere else. Yeah, that's what I had to say for that. But yeah. So why do you feel like you're right? And why do you feel like this is the way to go? Why are you so, like I said before, adamant on why are you so emotionally invested on this path that you lined up for yourself? Because, you know, the ego is out of whack right now. So let's see. We have to pluck for either fire or earth. Fire or earth here. So the board starts to make sense, and it starts to speak to me when I forget what what I researched. But as a reader, you know, when this gets out there, because I'm in the patenting process. So moving on, we have the Ace of Cups. Now this does not help this out, but it's a great card to have. We're gonna keep going. I'll pluck that one, so let's see. Judgment, more emotional. I think this is about taming that you're in a fire, because yes, you have great passion, but sometimes it's too much for the situation. You don't need, okay, perfect example. Charizard versus, no, better, Charmander versus Blastoise. Blastoise don't need to use anything but a water gun to kill Charmander, but you out here using Surf and hurting your own trainer. Everything is flooded, and it's just like, yes, Charmander fainted, but what else happened to the surroundings? Now you gotta clean everything else up. I hope you understand that. 2 cards came out. Seven of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. So we're getting to it. Every spot has the ability to hold 6 cards. If you get past 6 cards, or if you get to the 6th card, you don't draw any more for that place. You just know and understand that you need work, and you have work in this area. So let's just keep going. See how far we get. That one wanted to come out. The Lovers, an air card. All right, so we're getting back to the heart. So I think the next one is gonna be an earth or fire. All right, because I'm following suit. Magician is an air card, but he's holding a double-sided candle in his right hand. We're gonna get an explanation for all of these cards, so just bear with me. Man, that's a lot of pain. But the good thing about this board is, let me see. Oh, that's enough. 6. So I can't even go no further in this part. So what I got from this is this. You intuitively believe what's right for you is God like ordained for you. So remember what I said about you knowing that you deserve is not the right feeling to have. It's like being humble, and when you get it, you just thankful. You're thankful for future blessings and things like that. That's a better way to go towards it. But having energy like that, you're probably not wanting the right thing. What you want is probably not the right thing to want, or what you want is not for you. It's simple as that. And this is the reason for the judgment. This is face value, but I'm gonna get to the cards. The reason for the judgment is all of this water's coming down, and like I said, you're using surf on Charmander, right? But understand what the judgment is. Judgment is in this line. This is a double line, but this has an equilibrium when it comes up to the connection. It's a lot, but it's crazy. It's the connection from your ego to your soul. So the mind-soul connection. That's what that's about. So you're getting to the point, getting through the emotions with that, and you come up to the Lovers. Now, at the Lovers, you see these 2 of Cups over here. So you see where these thoughts turn straight to emotions, but they're not in the right place. The Magician is also another thought process that doesn't lead you to the right energy to have in this area. So your path got so many turns. Do you ever get to the right place? Your GPS is recalculating. That's what I'm getting right now. So find one thing to do and stick with it. Even though I said before, the little things matter. Find that little thing and stick with it and see what it benefits you. You'll see results soon, because when you have a conscious eye on it, how it works, like whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to eat properly, you'll see your eyes change. If you're trying to, I don't know, look for more energy, get some good herbs, and next thing you know, you'll wake up in the morning just like, you know what, I didn't need my coffee today, but I'm good. I forgot about it. You know, things like that will start happening to you. You'll start noticing. God will say, hey, do you remember this? Do you notice this? Just so you can see your progress and understand that he's on your side, she's on your side, whichever. And that's all it is to that. So I think this is definitely taking care of yourself. You know what? You like where you've... there's an honor in all you've been through, and you won't let nobody take advantage of that. One or the other, but 2 beautiful things to do. There you go. Limiting your choices or crossing them out. Finding the best and the easiest thing to do, right? To benefit for yourself. And then finding that one last thing, and then still ending up emotionally tongue-tied. So let's see. So true heart, joy, contentment, abode, nourishment, abundance, fertility, holy table, felicity. Said that wrong. But fertility, what are you giving energy to? It shouldn't be anything of the emotional value in this side, because emotions lead you in the wrong direction. Like, when it's not true emotions, like true love will lead you right in the right direction. This fake stuff that's around you, you swear up and down that you're doing the right thing, and it's giving you all the wrong effects. So, no, you don't know everything. I said it. You don't know everything. So sit down and listen to yourself. Your other self, not the ego, yourself. You see? Hangman in submission. The ego is just like, you know what? I'ma just hang upside down. See what happens. From the Ace of Cups, you go to the Judgment card. A change of position. So you see where it went from swearing you're right, swearing that you were right, and then coming to the conclusion that you might have been a teensy bit wrong, right? Just might have. And just in that little bit of acceptance, God is going to super bless you for understanding. You finally understood that you could have done something towards the negative stuff that's happening towards you. You put into that. And that it hurts, but that pain is just going to turn into the dark. And that dark is just information. Now that you got through it, you can use it. And that's what it's for. Getting through it to use it. And use it. Use it well. Don't just reanimate it and it's just going to leave you in the same cycle. Use it. Respond to it. What did it do for you? What did it teach you? So from the Judgment, you go to the Lovers. Attraction. So let me say this. Judgment is right here. The Lovers is right here. This is the connection from basically the Page of Cups right here in the area of Bina, right? So that's what this area is, Bina. So from Bina to Tiferet, that's what this represents. So if you check the Tree of Life, you'll understand where this is going, and I put it all together. It's amazing. Hope you enjoy it. It gives me a different story to tell to you. Hopefully, it'll get some movement towards your, like, in your life. And movement, like I said, is love. So I'm trying to get you into that state of receiving that love. Pride stops that channel of love. Pride is not a bad thing. Pride is a shield. Oh, there you go. Pride is a shield, but it requires energy to keep up. This energy is, yes, you're not being hurt, but you're using so much energy to keep that up. You can't grow because of the shield that's around you, and you can't get outside of your own wall to see what's there. You're stuck with what you know. You have to come out of your shell to find out more. So, or you expand to find more. You conquer new domains in your mind, areas in your mind. You clear out some of your blockages, the chakras and things like that. Do meditations, eat better, sleep better. I'm up at night talking about some sleep better, but my moon is out, so I'm good. I'm here. I just hope I'm getting to the point. So after the Lovers, you get to the Magician. Now, here's where it has a little bit of flame, a little bit of fire with the candle, the double-sided candle on his right hand. And the Magician is the connection from, see, when I completed it, it took until the last moment for me to figure out that it was a little bit of errors. So the Magician is right here, but it should be here. So the Fool and the Magician is opposites. Granted, everything wasn't perfect, but it's perfect for me. At least I noticed it, right? So the Magician is a connection to Bina and the Crown. Naturally, the Magician is a physical action. Understand that the magician is a physical action. So in all of your failures, you did something that had a good result and it kind of shook you. Focus on that and find out why it got you that good result. Because more messages. Fear is God's cursor, where he wants you to go, right? Where you fear, you should steer. Where you fear, you should steer right there. Because your blessings are on the opposite side of fear. I feared, or I was hesitant in doing this, but it's helping somebody right now, and that's worth it. That's all I can ask for. So understand that the fear is God's presence too. If you are ever faced, or in the eyes of your enemy stepped up to your face, or a conversation is right there waiting for you to say the thing that you've been waiting to say, or to hold it in, right? The fear is to let out the truth, but the fear is God's cursor, right? You understand that if you let out the truth, you will have movement. And this is what being a knight is all about, not being afraid to take that step. You've taken that step a lot of times. You just didn't know it. It was in different areas. Maybe your work life you used to train yourself, or vice versa, your home life you used to train yourself in your work life. You know what I mean? So what you did at home helped you better at work. What you did at work helped you better at home, or in a relationship. You know, it goes those ways. So yeah, all to get to the Two of Cups. Love, passion, friendship, affinity, union, concord, sexual relations, that which nature has sanctified. Now, this is all pleasure. So it's like you're using your truth to get to the pleasure, but it's kind of false. It doesn't give you what you really need. So it's like posting a picture you with your best outfit on and it only got 4 likes. It's like, damn, but don't y'all know this is my favorite outfit? Don't I look good in this outfit? Y'all should see this. But it just, nobody presses a button. Nobody does it. And then you have to post another picture. And but you post a picture about something that you actually care about and people be responding to you. But it's your truth, you know? This is my truth. I created a new way to read the tarot. I created a way. It's a universal translator for the spirit. I know y'all hear me, but do y'all hear spirit inside of you talking to you? Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trigger these ports, these perspectives, these Sephiroth, these ways you connect to your own self and spirit to get you with the union, to get you in union with yourself so you can get a blessing, you know, so you can get what you came here to go get, you know. And it is, I was about to say, it's not that hard, but it is hard to do, you know. Nobody can tell you that it's not hard. So anybody who's making light of what you're going through, understand that they are not empathetic enough. They are not connected to their strength. They are not connected to that unity sense that says this person is living their own life. And they say it's scary. They say it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard because I can do it. I'm going to understand where this person is coming from and strengthen them to get them past it. It's a difference in the way you talk to people. So whoever's talking to you in that condescending sense, like, oh, you should be able to do this because you're a human being. No, human beings have faults, and we work through those faults timelessly, and everything can get hard. Pause. But yeah, Alright, so that explains this. Now, moving on from there, the Page of Cups is great. Like I said before, is a little bit of immature, perfect actions. You think it's immature, but it's perfect for you. And that's what matters. You're saying and doing the things that are perfect for you, and that's what matters. That's it. It don't even make sense to you. Like, these... When I first did I Am Aspirations, right? I didn't think it was working. And then one day, I was just at work, and I was hearing the music. I was hearing the dude speak. It was black affirmations, black man aspirations, you know. The dude was speaking life, you know. And I was remembering everything he was saying. After the third time I didn't heard it. Then I realized my mind is telling me this daily. Then I say, good. Finally, I got something on my side instead of all of this other mess that's holding me back. So it was a powerful moment for me. So the little things, you can play them while you sleep. You don't even gotta listen to it. Your soul is listening to that because it's near it and it's getting those vibrations, those codes. And it's gonna tell you something in your dream. Hey, this is what I learned. Or this is the way I can speak to you now according to our connection. Let's get a better connection. We'll get some details in here next time. But your spirit is speaking to you. If you're dreaming a lot, your spirit is not trying to get you scared. Your spirit is not trying to make you fear anything. Fear is God's cursor. It's showing you what you can work on. It's showing you exactly where your blessing is. Just past that other side. It's looking God straight in the face. Anytime in the Bible somebody got into a presence of an angel, they were scared, right? Whatever. But the angle are these angles of perspective, perception, where you believe, what you understand, how you get and why you go for what you go for. Those angles. We all have our own angles because we are all people. We are all... I can keep going on with that, but I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so the Page of Cups is good. Then we go to 3, the Hangman. It was a good card to have here, and I explained already why. You have to put your ego aside, and you acknowledge that. And that's all about acknowledgement, and that's perfect. But you're still holding your truth, and you're still, let's just say, now that you understand it, it turned into, I wish I get my justice. I don't need it, apparently, but I wish that I get my justice. And guess what? That wishing is a better energy than what you were thinking before, because it allows God to move, because you're not going to be thinking about it so much. No, my justice, my justice, my justice, my justice. No justice, no peace. You focus on justice all the time, you have no peace. Yeah. Alright, so... so let's fix this part up with the affinity. Oh, instead of fearing, you should have reverence for, or veneration. So that's the... It's almost like when you have that emotion of fear, acknowledge all of the things that are happening. You can even speak it out. I am scared right now because of this. I am not doing this thing because of this. And talk about that fear. Why? Because when you talk about it, you're shining light to it. And that means you're unmasking it. And if it's unmasked, you know how that evil person in any movie, once you see their face, you're like, oh, that's just a person. Ah, fuck this. That's all you like? Oh, that's a person? Oh, that means we could be the same? You just taught yourself that? Oh, let me just work out real quick and beat your ass. That's all it is now. Once you unmask that demon, once you unmask that problem, I hope this is making sense. This is another message. I had to say it this way. A learned person needs only experience to protect their soul. S-O-L. So S-O-L is about the solar plexus. A learned person. To get your justice, all you need to do is reflect on what happened to you. So I said before, it's all inside of you already. It's all in. If you go within, that's what it was. If you go within, you'll find your justice. Because it's in the lessons. They were brought into your life to teach you something. They were not supposed to give you that justice. You ever thought about that? What if the justice was somewhere else and not from that person? We have, we swear up and down that our justice is supposed to come from the same person. No. Once they give you that lesson, the justice is already in you. And what you want after you receive whatever they do to you. So if you receive that hateful talk, the justice is understanding that you desire something else. And you'll move towards it. You'll love yourself enough to move towards it. Right? Knight of Swords. Listen. Alright. This is making sense. So, let me get to the next affinity part. Hangman. Okay, so let me get this. Okay. Nope. Perfect. The Nine of Wands. Now, let me make sure that nothing else flipped. The Nine of Wands, let me explain it this way. In the run of affinity, so you've unblocked or we've talked about enough of the topic to unmask enough of these perspectives to get to the point of will. I hope you understand that. So everything in your life, in my example, to the point of your will, is yours. You're free. So we're unblocking that energy down the Kundalini to Malkut, which is here. And then we're going to bring that energy back up to the solar plexus. Let it nest in real quick. We're going to get to that because that's rhythm. Rhythm happens in the span of time. You keep doing it, and that's the nesting period. If you want to work out and get bigger, you have to get a rhythm of working. I mean, if you want to get bigger, you have to have a rhythm of working out. The rhythm comes with time. And that's the nesting period. The winter months, people be working out. And by the summer, you get that summer beach body. That's the whole point. So, the solar plexus is that tower, right? The tower is from the solar plexus right here to Da'at. Now, let me explain that. It goes through Da'at to the other side where holding the sack, right? So, what does that mean? You use yourself as a building block, or the pieces of yourself as a building block to hold up what is the friendship, the communication, and the communication and the relationships between what you have around you, or between yourself and your spirit and your, what you have for you, your soul, your mind, your body, the balance between those things. You build the pieces of you in your life. You manifest it. And that's those pieces of the tower. When you have a tower moment, everything that you believed is being flipped upside down. Everything that you believe is being flipped upside down. Let me say it this way. Alright? So when you did that, it turned, you painted it black, you understood, you had that hermit moment, right? Where you wanted to go for what you love. You wanted to do the thing for yourself. Now let's see what this Nine of Wands says in the place of the will. So this is what you want. This is the place of the function of action, right? The house of spirituality, and the planet Jupiter. If I didn't say it before, this is Chesed, and this is Gebura. So, yeah. Alright, so 9 of Wands in the wheel. This is what you want. And you're willing to fight for it. Understand that. So, complete shift, by the way, because this is water, this is fire. And you went from water to fire. So, either you had an epiphany or something strange happened. Something very strange that just shook you or just got you so mad that you vowed to be different. And you were from that moment. Something. It could have been something small. But something small that happened for the 1000th time. That's it. Like, you throw the towel. Like, no, not even a towel. You rip the towel, you burn the towel, and you leave the stadium. I don't know. But you're not giving up. That's the whole point. You're not throwing in the towel. You burn the towel. Like, I'm not giving up on myself. I'll go somewhere else and do it. That's what this is giving me before I even read it. The card signifies strength in opposition. If attacked, he will meet the onslaught boldly. This is what I'm saying. With this main significance, there are all its possible adjuncts, including delay, suspension, adjournment. Alright. Because you're fighting for yourself, of course you're going to have people who don't want you to do anything else because you were supplying them with something. If you don't do the things that you were normally doing, you are not around the people that are sucking your soul, draining your life. That's just a fact. If you are not in the same place, you are not around those people, and they can't take advantage of you. It's simple. But the thing is, they want you to be there, so they'll plant little things in your mind saying, oh yeah, I think you should do this. But that's their ego forcing you or trying to get you to trick you to do something for it. So be careful and listen to what people say. Yeah, that's it with that. That'll fix your will, and there's no more. Right? Once you will fight for yourself, you come to the point of desire. I hope you understood that. So 7 of Swords is good in this area. I told you that you're leaving some thoughts behind. You're not afraid of leaving these thoughts behind it because you think that it's something wrong with the way you thought. You've acknowledged that the way that you're thinking, there you go. You've acknowledged that the way that you're thinking might be leading you to the wrong direction. So let me just read the 7 of Swords real quick from this book. Gossip, sabotage, jealousy at work, working strategically. Right. So you're understanding that what you were doing was not benefiting you. So you let those things go and decided you didn't even have any backup plan. That's what that is. Not even having a backup plan. You just said, you know what, it's something else. I hope that resonates with somebody. If it does, give it a like. I'm sure if you put a comment, we can talk about it. So, yeah. We move on to, after Gebura, you have what you're fighting for now. So now, after these 2 places are done, you have a connection with yourself. Well, with your desire and your will, which is basically yourself and, what is it, the spirit? No. Oh, I'm slow. This is a union, finally, like your divine masculine and your divine feminine now know what y'all can do. So there's a contract. There you go. This is how you expand. This is how you contract. So the reason you do it is the contraction. So I would do this because I desire. And once you desire it hard enough, you will not be afraid to go through that tunnel, that dark tunnel with only you, and get out the other side. You will not be afraid. So let's go to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is in affinity, so we don't just do anything with it. It is a perfect card to have there. There's no reason to pluck or draw. You're doing a great job. And don't let anybody else tell you that you're not. Because they are. But also at the same time, they'll be waving your truth everywhere. Because you have to understand, does a child, want to know that Santa is not real right now? Because you know it, why do you have to spoil it for them? So that feeling of spoiling it for them, there's a person that's not on the same path as you. Just because you're going this way on your GPS doesn't mean y'all have the same destination. So don't tell this person where to go when you're not actually going in the same. You feel me? So, what do you really know? Keep your thoughts to yourself. That was for somebody. I felt everybody screaming with me. That was louder than I actually said it. Put it that way. Alright, so we've gotten that handled. And now, since we know what we're fighting for, we know what we gotta do and we will do it, we believe in ourselves. We come up to this point where this justice card is. And this is bringing that energy and bringing it back up, down from the spine. Well, not down from the spine yet. I'll show you. That's later. But it is bringing you down through the spine right now. That's the way I need to explain it. Down through the spine right now. We're going towards Mount Coop, which is at the bottom. Right? Then we're going to bring it back up. But, like I said, this is the sense of justice. What you swear up and down that you need before you can actually move. The thing that's stopping you, right, is what we're going to get clarification on. Because I want this to be fire. Right? So fire it will be. Let's see. Alright. So, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And what did I just say? You decided to put what you know aside for an opportunity that it was something that you weren't doing, something that you can find later, something that you can do to change something, but you could not see it. You had to look from a different perspective. And because you're doing that, because we're fighting for what we believe, the Wheel of Fortune comes out from here. All of your emotions, and remember this, all of your ideas and everything that you was waiting for now is what's going to come towards you. That was completely clear. Now, let's go to the Wheel of Fortune in this book now, because I went to the Wheel of Fortune before in there. I couldn't even believe it just now. I was stuck. I couldn't even believe it. Like, this is the reason why I wanted 2 decks. To show that it's the thing I could not see until I got it. I just had to take a chance and get it. I just had to sit here and do the reading. Destiny, fortune, success, elevation, luck, felicity. Now, the nesting, what you decided to do was nest on your information. So you decided to be quieter with your moves. You decided to be silent. Or you decided to speak your truth to less people. And people started to gravitate towards you. Why are you changing up? What's happening? What you doing right now? What's happening in your life? Because they know it's coming towards you. They know that this is coming towards you. I gotta just show this because I'm not bugging. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, remember what I said, this is ego and this is pride? You learned a little piece of it, little baby steps, how to put your pride aside and submit to what you know is true for you. That's what the submission is. Submitting to your own self and not your ego. Your ego has all of the power. The self just sits there and gets affected by everything that the ego does. So, trust me, spirit could be mad. But we're friends now, so we're good now. What was I about to... No, Wheel of Fortune is a fire card. And this Wheel of Fortune right here is a connection from Chesed to Holden Netzach. So amazing that it's right here. And it just did that. I can't even believe it. Y'all don't understand. Man, what's next? Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune on this side, right, was out of place. And this is what we have to look at next. In the line of affinity. So, the Wheel of Fortune is a fire card in the place of emotion. This should be water. And it's a polar opposite. But, let's see what happens. Since this Wheel of Fortune went over here, let's see. Alright. The Justice card is under this Wheel of Fortune. If the Justice card come out here, if the Justice card come out, if the Justice card come out, I don't even know. I'm not gonna say nothing because I have to do it. That's the Justice card. Oh, the devil. Ooh, okay. Devil is right here on the veil, at the veil, the shroud, literally the ego shroud, what you think you believe that's not actually for you shroud, is the devil in your life, because you will go for that and it will only hurt you. And this is where your emotions lie. So this is an earth card and this is a water. So instead of it being burned up, now it's settled but stagnant. Instead of you burning your emotions, being hot and heavy over everything, you're stagnant. And that's a step up. Alright, so let's get a water over here. Ace of Wands, not yet. Page of Wands. Uh-oh. King of Wands. I'm not making this up. Y'all see me. Alright, so let's just see. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. If I don't get water now, we'll see where we have our next spot that has a lot of work. Emotions. We already know that right now, so let's see. After the devil came out, the ace, the page, and the king of wands came out. So that means that you were not afraid of the devil. You were not afraid of attacking your own negative thoughts in your mind with some positivity or with some truth. You're not afraid. So that's what this is giving me right now. After you saw that devil, you said, oh no, it's me? Oh no. Because that means you realize that I can do something? Oh, let me just do this little thing. Oh God, let me work on it. That's what it's giving me right now. And you said, absolutely not. This is changing. Alright. Did not complete. No. Yeah. It did complete. Kind of. I'm going to show you why. Because this 3 of Swords has rain. And that is a little trickle of water. It's not much to use. Like I said, it's baby steps. But there's a heartbreak. So there's a certain amount of acceptance in your emotions now. Because air and water are neutral to each other. That means that if air is here, your mind, or what you know now for yourself, what you truly know, is holding space instead of being burned up. So it's more like you overthinking, but you're not reacting to it. That's what it is. It's like you're overthinking, but you're not reacting to it, and understanding that the things that you did in the past, this is the place of cause and effect. And this is the identity of the emotional identity. The planet is the moon. This is phases. This is 13 moons in a year, right? Whatever that means for you. But the function is movement and connection. And acceptance is very important when it comes up to the flow of things. Once you know what you believe, you desire it, you try to will it into existence, only to come up down to the sacral chakra, where you can first nest those ideas truly, when you can first put them into work, right? And then you realize how much work you have to do on yourself emotionally, because it's out of hand. But remember, everything that you thought was out of hand is another lesson for you. You were willing to go that far, and that's in the darkness, right? And what did you get out of it? When you go into a mine, you get gems. Shout out to Knuckles. I don't even got him right now. But yeah, you understand the mine. Like, you go deeper in the mine, you get the best gold, you get the best platinum, the best earthy jewels, the best minerals, everything. It's just deeper, usually, right? Yeah, so let me do a little explanation of these cards. I gave you the face value, so no, let me give you the receipts on everything, right? So, from the Wheel of Fortune, which is all of your dreams and everything that you hold dearly, which got transferred when you accepted what you needed to do, right? We talked about that already. It went to the devil, so let's look at it. The devil is at the veil, so this is what you believe that shrouds your actual path. And you are actually powering that. So, ravage, violence, vehemence, extraordinary efforts, force, fatality, that which is predestined but is not for this reason evil. So, yes, you had a moment where you saw what you're doing and how it's messing you up. And it's just like disgusted. But you want to get all of that gook off. You're trying to get it off, right? Then you go to the Ace of Wands. That's kind of self-explanatory already. Kind of said it. Using what you know with this Earth card right here. Everything that you saw, you begin to look within and imagine yourself in a better place with it. Imagine yourself doing better with it. And using that energy, this is what happened. Creation, invention, enterprise, the powers which result in these. Principle, beginning, source, birth, family, origin. See, it's this card right here, Divine Feminine. Like I said, Vesica Pisces, or like the womb of the universe, where everything comes from, right? Birth, origin, family, the beginning of enterprises, according to another account. Money, fortune. So, you started to believe in the better outcome. So it's going from pessimism to optimism with yourself after you find out everything, right? Yeah. So that's what that's giving me. So after that, you went to the page. You were imagining, right? Maybe you got tired of it. And, no. This is what it is. You ended the cycle with being hurt from what you were doing to yourself, like being upset at it. You ended that, and you started to imagine something better. And after you did that, it kind of jolted you to the point where you can use it already. So as soon as you get over stuff quickly. That's what it is. Somebody's afraid of that, about your ability to get over stuff quickly. You see, you got these 9 wands right here, and you don't even need the 10. You just go straight to the page. Like, you don't even need that extra time. What? You learned it already. You knew it already. It was a part of your truth, and you're just connecting the dots now. That's what it's getting. So, the Page of Wands, a dark, this side is dark, this side is light. A dark young man, faithful, a lover, an envoy, a postman, beside a man, he would bear favorable testimony concerning him. He is a dangerous rival if followed by the Page of Cups. Now, do I have the Page of Cups? If followed by the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups was first. So, good. We're in the good. We're in the clear with that. You're not against yourself anymore. You're doing the right things with it, even though it's still not complete yet. So you're also realizing at this moment you have what you need to progress. Now it's only a matter of time and rhythm with it, right? So we're going to get to that. But next on this line is the King of Wands. Dark men, friendly, countrymen, generally married. Now, you went from the 9 to the Page to the King. Your progress is very quick because you've been through it already. All of that truth that you held on to was for a reason. It was just in a different location, and now it's lit. That's what this is. Now it's lit. But it's still, it ends off with something that's air, but not exactly water. But it has a little bit of it. It's cloudy. So that judgment energy, where it rained down, I don't know where it was. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. The judgment is from here, from the Wheel of Fortune. It's raining down onto the Page of Swords. So, let's see what the Page of Swords has to say, but no. Let's see what the 3 of Swords have to say first. So, you see how I went from the 3, but it had the Page already. So this was lined up. That's what I'm getting right now. You're lined up to swing at something, but if your bat is made of air, can you actually hit the ball? Can you hit anything with air? No. You can only make it dusty. Eventually, over time, it would be brittle and break away. How are you doing anything right with your mind, your ego mishandled? How are you doing anything right with your ego out of whack? That's what it was. So, 3 of Swords, removal, absence, delay, division, rupture, dispersion, and all that the design signifies naturally. So this is a natural removal. This is something that's easy to remove. Like I said, baby steps. As you take these little baby steps, you take many baby steps everywhere because it's easier to take baby steps now. You're getting used to it. Taking all these baby steps. Every time you take a baby step is a dribble. Not dribble, I said dribble. Maybe you play basketball, you know? So it's handling. Each one of these baby steps is working on your handling. So imagine you got good handling, you can get anywhere, past anything, right? That's what that dribbling was about. But I meant to say drizzle. And all of these things you can work with. Instead of being scared of a defender, you know you can get past them. So after your side or the sacral chakra, you have the last but not least, which is Malkut, which is a part of the world of manifestation. So we already know that God is on your side with this whole process, but you're swinging and missing because you have nothing to swing with, right? although you have great ideas, they're not working because maybe you can swing at fire with some air, right? You can swing at water with some air. You can create big waves. You can create pockets of hot air. You can create pressure, right? You can do anything with that, but this is polar of what it's supposed to be. So since it's supposed to be an earth card, no work can actually get done. And that's a problem. And the most annoying part about it is if this is somebody around you just holding you up with not knowing who you are and treating you like the person that they believe you are, right? This is that page. So, going from the page, let's fix this up. It's air, it's supposed to be earth. Let's try to get some. Tower. And I just told you it was going to be a tower. This is the tower right here from the solar plexus to Da'at. From an unlimited source of imagination to create anything that you want. This is what this tower is about. So this is a great card to have here right now because instead of it being air, something that you cannot do anything to earth with, you have now the tower, which is a fire card, and you can now at least mold the earth. You can mold it to how you want, right? That's what I'm getting out of this. But this tower moment is just like this hangman right here. Everything is coming down, seeing something from a different perspective. But it's almost like you willed this into existence. You wanted this to happen. You knew it was supposed to happen. You were not afraid of it. Infinitely. Bring it. You got the strength. You will always have the strength. You will never give up. You can give in, but you will never give up. Right? So, even though that's fire right there, I got 4 more tries to get some earth here. Let's see what we do. But the tower has some earth in it, in the foundation. So just like this card, we got a little bit of earth. But you're falling into the foundation. And this is also people that are around you experiencing the new you. And it's so powerful that they can't even stay in your way no more. So that big defender, imagine them like they were a big wall before. Now they're a short curb. And it's just like, let me step over this fool real quick. And that's what this person's remarks were. Foolish remarks. That's what it's getting. Like, do you really know me? Like, do you really know me? Is that really what you've learned so far? Tower. That's their tower as much as it is yours. Well, I should have said it the opposite way, but yeah. They're like, let me get out of here. I cannot take this new you no more. It's either I submit to who you know you are, or I leave. Alright, I'll try. So, I got the Queen of Pentacles after this whole run. And that ends the affinity for the whole Numa effect. Now, Viscera Vitalis is about the energy around you, which has to do with this soulmate, the friendship, the truth, and the divine feminine right here. So that's in the space, and that's the mental and physical aspect of things. But you can understand this as masculine, feminine too. Even though that this is feminine, this is masculine. It runs feminine, masculine like that. I hope that makes sense. You can run it back and it'll make sense. Because I was moving my arms a lot, but yeah. So this is what it started to happen. You went from the Page of Swords to the Tower. So let's read. Misery, distress, indigence, adversity, calamity, disgrace, deception, ruin. It's a card in particular of unforeseen catastrophe. But it doesn't matter if it was unforeseen, if you wanted it to happen anyway. You were saying it's either it changes nicely, it's either you do this or I'll blow it up and it gets changed because we gotta fix it or not. It's I'm all in or it's gonna blow up. And you're not afraid to hit that TNT, like say something, be real or TNT or dynamite, whatever. Yeah. So that's what that is giving me from the Tower. And if they can't be real with you, they won't last around you. Your energy will push them away. They will start to think of you less. But every time they think of you, they'll remember the energetic pull they needed from you, the energy that they needed from you in order to survive. Likes run differently in the spiritual world. And what is the spiritual like? This person come to you and giving their energy. That's the like. That's the energy towards you. You post your emotions. And somebody comes and fill the gap. Right? From the Tower, it goes to the Queen of Pentacles. Opulence, generosity, security, magnificence, and liberty. Right. So, liberty and justice for all. That's what came to my mind right now. So, this right here is the card that was very... And it's a queen too. It only needs you to work. Now, understand something. The queen is not a king. What is the difference between the queen and the king? Now, the queen is all of the information behind it. The king is all of the action behind the throne. Let me say this again. The queen is all the information, or the divine feminine is all the information you need to hold the throne. And a king is all the divine masculine actions you need to maintain the throne. The throne is in your temple or kingdom, Malkut, whichever. Oh. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is go to the next part of my reading, which is the star stream. Now, what is the deal with the star stream? We did the kinetic energy coming down this side. We went through the potentials going over here when it comes up to manifesting the potentials. Now, when it comes up to going over here, it's mechanical, and that has to do with the field of action. That's everything a page and up, right? So we would want to see pages and up in major arcanas, really, because if we see anything else under that, that will mean that you did not complete the cycle and there's still work to do. But also in the star stream, it goes something like this. This is about your experimentation, Malkut, right? Your experimentation has to do with what you're willing to do with what you have around you to get you towards your goal. What are you willing to experiment with? I told you that I did this 2 times before this. I practiced this twice, and this is the 3rd time I did the reading, right? So I was willing to experiment with what I created to gain more confidence in actually presenting it to y'all, because I needed to know how to use it. Even though I created it, it takes some time to get used to what you created. It's like I made a whole new Monopoly, and now I had to learn the rules. The rules came to me today a whole different way than it was yesterday. Stressful, but beautiful at the same time. But yeah, the root has to do with the law of generation, right? well, this is the law of generation. The sense to hear, the function of self-preservation. So your body, you want to preserve it, right? Or yourself, your mind, who you are, you want to protect it. That's what this area is about. And that runs through your house of your kingdom. See, this didn't have a house because it's Malkut, right? But I believe that since it's your temple, the house is the kingdom. The kingdom in your mind looks like this. And these are the pieces. And you sit in the throne at the crown and navigate these pieces to expand on who you are. So yeah, when it comes up to your experimentation, I want to shuffle this real quick. Okay. So when it comes up to what you can experiment with, this is the card that is speaking to you right now. So it is something that is neutral to you, something that you don't think about, something that is so nonchalant, like you can pass it any second and you won't ever recognize it. It is up to like people around you to get you to understand that you do this very special thing and you should cash in on it. You should work on that because that's where your gift is. So the Six of Wands is representing that energy. So let's see what it says. Well, we're not going to see it yet. We're just going to place the cards down. Now, the Star Stream, as I said before, I didn't finish it, but experimentation. Oh, I got it. Took me a while. Experimentation, expression, right? Emotional expression. Then is rhythm, integrating whatever it is that you're trying to do to get that thing into your life, that plan that you have, right? Integration. And then when you find and when you start doing the things, the results of it, you realize. It's all about realization, realizing what you came here to do through transcending it. So you do it over and over and over and over and over. You get the result, you get the result, you get the result. It's almost like this nesting period is transferring this energy through the veil and allowing you to expand to something new, something greater, right? That's the idea around this. So experimentation, expression, integration, transcendence, back to aspiration. Now, this, like I keep saying this, and this is why it's so special to me. This is Vesica Pisces, this divine feminine right here, and it's the number 6. So look at this. This is the womb, and after you transcend, there's something that's new. And this has to do with what you are now filling the space with. So after you do all of these things and realize who you are, you create and you co-create. And you basically, I'm going to draw a card for here, for here, for here, for here. Because now you're filling the space because you have something to work with. It's all newness from here. So let's see what it gets us. And the devil's on the bottom of the deck right here. So the devil's on the bottom of the deck. That's crazy. All right. So this is talking about controlling the ego. Not the Page of Wands. This one that fell out is the Two of Swords, right? Represented for the expression. This way or that way, this way or that way. You know what? Fuck it. I'ma just close my eyes and do one of them. Whichever one get hit is the thing I'm gonna do. Like I said, if you don't get the truth, you just blow it up. and blowing it up, that's a good feeling to have, because it's gonna move regardless. It's gonna move or it's gonna blow up and explode. Because being fed up, you can snap in two ways. You snap in your ego and you snap in yourself. When you snap in yourself, I'm stopping this relationship right now. I am stopping doing this right now. I am quitting this job. I quit the job. Like, it's just like done already. You just gotta get there, right? But going in on the ego side is, I'm gonna fight everybody at work until I get my way. But that's not the place for you to be. So you're using all your energy in the wrong place. So you see how it's different? Fighting for yourself, fighting for your ego. And both sides has their problems. The ego has its own problem, right? Well, let me just put it this way. For the divine masculine, let me say it again, is the ego. That's the problem. That's the struggle. For the divine feminine, pride, spiritual pride, is the struggle. So understand what parts of you have pride in. Understand what parts of you the ego won't let you go and do. Like, what are the things that you think of that stop you from doing the things that you need to do? Because at a point, you're the one stopping it, and you're willingly doing it. So that's what the expression is giving me. Just want to get another card. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands was over here too. And I remember what I said. The realizations that you had after the devil. Realizing that you were doing this to yourself. After you were humble enough to accept that, this gift went straight to here, in the right place. So your Ace of Wands is now powering you. All of those things that you were not afraid to look at your emotions, like, see, okay, I'm overreacting in this area. Let me calm it down in this area. And you were doing that, and it went straight up to something that you can do in a rhythm sense. So it's just like, because I recognize these things in my emotion, I do things. And that's how you operate. So, the Ace of Wands is everything that you worked for is finally paying off. But it's not paying off in the way that you think it is. It's paying off in a way that you're not afraid to do the thing now. It's not like it's done. It's not like it's complete. But it's going. It's in the process. You're not afraid to start no more. You're not being hesitant anymore. You're actually looking at it. It was in you the whole time. The strength was in you the whole time. But you had to unblock what was stopping it from getting down to the place where you can use it. Right? But like I said, this is the idea that once I completely talk about this, it would be completely unblocked and you can use your body and your mind freely. Everywhere. Right? That's the idea. And that's the reason why my readings is so long. It just is. I can't even help it. I try. Every time I start to make it slower, more shorter, the whole way the reading is done changes. So I just stop doing that. When it comes up to your polarity or your transcendence, how you get things down to the level where you can say, okay, this is what I did this for. This is the reason why I worked so hard. The Three of Pentacles is giving you that answer right now. So let's look. I'm going to put another card face down, or I'm going to put these rest of them face down in order. Just to get the cards out, because I had you here for long enough. But if you're still here right now, you understand what this is doing for you, and you understand that regardless if you don't understand it, that subconscious do. Or you might like background noise because the front noise is getting you in trouble. The background noise keep you safe, keep you out of trouble. Let me just watch this whole season of this thing instead of going out to the club today. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. You know? Maybe that wasn't the night that you needed to be there because your perfect distraction would have been there. And you would have had a truthful reason to go after it. So, let's see. I saw this card, but I'm going to face it down right there. I'm going to try to forget it. Truth. I really like these cards. Oh. Back and forth. You've been around the block, not even in that sense. But your knowledge is so vast that they can't play tricks on you no more. With this Emperor. Oh, I left it. I wasn't even supposed to do that. But let's get this last card. Two of Cups. Alright, so for some reason these two was face down and these twos weren't. But let's get the reasons why they are here out for you to hear. So you're experimenting with the Six of Wands, and what is it gonna show you? Success, victory, triumph, rewards, recognition, praise, acclaim, pride. So pride is on this side. So you put your pride aside. Literally, you're experimenting with putting your pride aside. And it's resulting you with the Six of Wands, which has to do with your beauty. It is a beautiful feeling, the result of putting your pride aside, because you saw something else afterwards that gave you a clue to what you needed to do. All you have to do is put your pride aside. This guy's on a horse, moving. This is the energy that we need. That movement, going to a place. Everybody got wands. You got a squad over here. Success at love. Love, understand that this is the union with the self and the balance, right? That's the love. And fulfilling a relationship goal. Now, a relationship with yourself or with another person, you know, take it how it resonates. But if this is what you were going through with a person, understand how knowingness can change your language and how you respond to it. Maybe you'll have the words to say to respond. I realized that no matter how much I knew, until I heard one of the readers that I listened to say something for me, I now had the words and the ammo to defend myself when it came up again. So, you know, a master listens. Master yourself. Listen, learn. And you'll find those words to say when you don't have the words to say and express yourself. Expression is very important. We had a lot of work to do with expressions, right? So that's with your experimentation right now, and that's what that's giving me with that. When it comes up to your expression, you have the Two of Swords. Now, it's a stalemate, difficult choices, being stuck in the middle, denial, hidden information, choosing between lovers, choosing between love, family, work, choosing between career paths, conflicts at work, right? Avoiding financial decisions, unclear finances. Now, if it's shouting these out on what you need to express, now, maybe you need help with some of these things. Maybe you need somebody to throw your ideas at. A blackboard. Somebody to be a personal blackboard. This is what I know. What do you think? and they're gonna tell you, and it's gonna be something, you know, that you can use because you trust that person, and that person's not gonna guide you in no wrong direction. They know who you are truly, so be careful who you share your dreams with. All right, we understand there you're experimenting with maybe deciding, or you have now limited decisions. You've gotten rid of some of the things that you think about, and you took your two most powerful, or you took these two swords and said, you know what? Oh, there you go. There you go. When you put your pride aside, you put these two swords down in your emotions. So you're dealing with the last of the problems. That's what you're experimenting with. Dealing with the last of the problems. And it's holding space. It's neutral, right? So regardless, this is going to give you a new perspective. You're experimenting with seeing things differently, expressing yourself differently. And if that's the case, one sword is black, one sword is white. That's what it's giving me. You get the black side, you get the white side. Which one you want? Which one you going to be? I don't got much time. My phone is about to stop. But yeah. That's enough of that. Let's go to the Ace of Wands in your integration. What you integrate into your life, what you add, what you do new, the things that gives you different results. Okay. Inspiration, creative spark, initiative, new passion, enthusiasm, energy. Of course, doing things consistently will give you an energy towards something else, right? So, excitement and passion and love, flirtation and romance, attraction. That's perfect to have what you need to do for yourself come straight towards you. It's like not having to move to the next thing in the gym in order to exercise. And your body just moves to the next place so you can do this. And then your body moves to the next place. You don't even have to work for it. It's just like the easiest workout ever. You don't even gotta rest. You just go to the next spot. God said, I'll rest for you. Like, no, chill. Stay over here. You working now? Got you. You working out now? I'm gonna just float you to the next exercise machine. Like, you're gonna get this workout. Because we're friends. That's funny. Oh. Two of Swords, Two of Cups. Just saying. Maybe that's why I had it like that. Inspired at work, creative projects, passion for work. Passion is very important because you need the passion to attract or the passion to act. It's a very important energy to have. And don't let nobody push your passions down. Like, if you are passionate about something, it does not mean you're angry. You're passionate about it. You really want to find the answer. You are willing to go far to get to a resolution or for it to blow up. It's going to blow up or it's going to resolve. It's going to blow up, it's going to resolve. This is what I'm getting. And of course they're complying now because it's going to blow up. Everything that they tried to manipulate is going to blow up, or you comply. You be honest, you be truthful, you be right, you be fair. Fairness or else. That's power. That's power. So, go into your transcendence, how it brings everything into one, is represented by the Three of Pentacles. So let's see. Teamwork. Like I just said, maybe you need help. Teamwork, shared goals, collaboration, apprenticeship, effort, pooling energy. Now, if it's talking teamwork with yourself, that's co-creation, right? Doing projects with a partner, feeling like a team, love at work. This is definitely somebody else. This is somebody else coming towards you. Maybe it's a fling. Maybe it's not a fling. Maybe it's more than a fling, right? It could be business. I don't know why I would say business fling, right? Maybe you have one-time deals with this one business that gets you so far up there, and it was something that was honest, and it wasn't something that you had to sell your soul for, right? There are options. What's presented to you is not everything, because God is everything. You cannot give God to you. God is in you. Yeah. So, essentially what happens in the star stream is, now that you cleared the board, right? And now that your energy is flowing, you got a whole bunch of access of energy, and you're doing these things now. And after you do these things, there's a creation. And these creations fill the space that you fill the needs that you came here for. So the needs that you came here for was what you aspire, what you need, what you want, and what you acquired, what you have, right? So how should I say this? I start with what you have aspired, what you aspire to, which is the Lovers. I saw this drop before, and the Lovers is somewhere else. I forgot where. Oh, I'm slow. The Lovers is right here in your light. So the Lovers came out here. What you were fighting for is given to you in a different way. Now the love that you need comes from the ether instead of it coming from the light. And what does that mean? The ether is more imagination. The light is what you can see and where you're going towards. So the ether is where the spirit is held. And I should stop there, but because it just gets too complicated after that. But let's see that after you fill everything up, what does the Lovers say? Let's go see it. Balanced, loving, supportive relationship, choices about love. You see what it's bringing towards you? This is just in the air. So this friendship that you created with God and the work that you did caused the chain effect for all of these things that you fought for and all the things that were stopping you in the wrong place. You corrected how you think. And now that you did that, the Lovers is in the air. Love is in the air, right? And that's definitely somebody coming towards you, because this is the second time it was mentioned. Teamwork, third time. Maybe you should look for somebody. Then they said collaborate, and now you got the Lovers here. The first creation. And this has to do with your gift. You aspire to be greater, and this is the thing that you're aspiring to. So it says mutually exclusive financial choices. That's financial freedom, but it's more like freedom from what the world has you doing. Hold of the world no longer has an effect on you. Yeah, because we've been locked up for 2 years, and now we're still barely out of it, and out of it at the same time. They won't let it go. And we're still going through this, and apparently it's going to come back up. So you see, you don't want this to affect you again. And that was specific, but it resonates with me. All right, so after the Lovers, right, which is in your soul space is now at union with itself. So you've achieved union, and that's just co-creation all day, right? So from there, you have the Three of Cups now. So you have the Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups in your truth. So the truth of the situation, friendship turning into a romance. So friendship, union, friendship, whatever, turning into a romance. Now, this is a romance with your truth? What does that mean? Oh, you are infatuated with who you are becoming. Infatuated with it. It's intoxicating. The thought of who you're going to be, that you are willing to do anything. Like, what I gotta do? Like, baby steps? Fuck a baby step. Where is that big ass trench I could jump over right now? I could do it. And that's you're getting too ahead of yourself. Just take baby steps. More baby steps. It says a happy, joyous office environment. Now, yeah, that's self-explanatory. So, after the truth, you have the soulmate card. There's a lot of soulmate energy. So, soulmate, then the two, then you got the lovers there, Two of Cups. It's just a lot. A lot of duality here. Two of Cups here again. I didn't even notice that. The Two of Cups jumped. Alright, so the Emperor is in the soulmate. Let's see what that says. This is in your spirit. So after you've done everything, the Emperor, filling that space, does this. Dominance, loss of partners, sensuality, uncompromising attitude, unwavering strength of self. That's what I got from that. Like, nobody can tell you anything that you won't. Like, what you know about yourself now is so much stronger than everything that you have ever learned about yourself before. So you're reprogramming. Yeah, that's what that is. This Emperor is reprogramming. Even though this is fire over here, it's opposite. But you had to look in a different direction. You had to turn your life upside down. So opposites is not so bad for you, right? Opposites is where it was. And from there, the last card in this round, which is this friendship card that was so funny to me, which has the Two of Cups. I'm going to read this Two of Cups again. Maybe it was something I missed. Unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. So, if you are single, you have a lot of suitors, and you see them. They're coming out of the woodworks. And it's making you feel good. It's not that you actually want them. It's making you feel good. Look at all of these matches everywhere, right? So this brings me to the end of the Zin-Finity reading 2.0, the first one. I'm glad that I was able to do this. Very glad, even though this is a long reading. I guess I had a lot to say. I guess I had a lot to present to you, but I hope you like it. It's only gonna evolve more. What you see here is not the end. I have the app coming out. Well, I know it's gonna be here. It is already here. I just gotta make it. That's what this is telling me. I won't even let my mind tell me that, even though I have to build it. It's not in existence. I created it here, therefore it will be. So that's enough from me. Like I said, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed Zin-Finity for the first time, second time, third time. Hopefully you enjoy the next fourth. And I am hopeful that I can get more videos out so I can help more people. You know, that's what we're here for. Hopefully, if I help more people, guys say, okay, I like what you're doing, and I want you to do this more. And God will change my life just because. Like, if I can help other people do the same thing, yeah. Stop what you're doing and do this. We'll see what happens. But until then, I'm KyFy. Peace.